Hey everyone, I hope you've been doing well. This video will just be me making my prickle buds cactus stamps, which you might have already seen these photos on my Instagram or my TikTok. I guess this voiceover is just going to be a little bit of a chat. I might point out some details during the process, but mostly just going to talk about my thought process lately with art. I started making these prints at the end of February. I was kind of feeling in a rut with my art and frustrated over some stuff not really working out as I had planned. But that's kind of how life goes, I guess. I think the rainy weather and the shorter days were really starting to get to me. I had also been pouring a lot of time into creating my tutorial videos. It felt like those videos were sucking up all my creative motivation, mostly because I wasn't super excited about making that kind of content. It just felt very structured and very meticulous. I had to plan things out a lot more, and I couldn't just start a print and start carving willy-nilly how I wanted to. I like to just roll with it for most of my projects. I'll just flip through the photos in my phone and find a picture that I feel inspired by, and I'll get to work making a print of it. But the tutorial videos weren't that way. I had to plan out all my materials, all my steps. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a scattered person and just kind of like being a bit of an art tornado in my studio is my process. It was also hard to film them because I had to wait for good lighting and a quiet time of day, which basically is never because my street is super busy all the time, from businesses to bars to, coffee shops and stuff like that, all day, noisy, all the time. Unless it's raining outside, so I think most of my tutorial videos were filmed on rainy days. Anyways, moving on. I am glad I did them, and I'm even happier that I'm done with them. I started this prickle bud project for fun, which prickle buds is kind of what I'm calling this collection of little cactus prints. I started it just for fun and thought it would be a low-pressure activity to kickstart my creativity and my art motivation again. I originally intended to make only 2, but it quickly turned into 8. I guess I just got really excited about them, and it was hard to pick just 2 out of my initial drawing of cactuses. This material I'm using isn't my favorite for carving. I actually probably won't ever buy it again. One, because it's not very, eco-friendly, but also it's so rubbery. It's easy to cut through, but it's hard to get details because it kind of stretches and flexes while you're carving, which is a problem. Sometimes you'll just kind of rip off a piece that you didn't want to. Anyways, I had some left over, so I used it. I'm actually surprised at how well these turned out, considering the material I was using. But yeah, eco-friendly materials. I care a lot about trying to keep my art and my studio as sustainable and eco-friendly as possible. I am definitely not perfect, but this project is one example of how I do try to be eco-friendly. So I used some old Easy Carve that was left over from a college project, just small little squares of it that I could have just thrown away as scraps, but I was just like, I'll save these. I think I could make something small from them in the future. I also printed them on scrap paper that's torn off from my regular size prints. So for my larger prints, I'll tear down a huge sheet of 30 by 22 inch paper, and there's usually extra couple inches around the edge that most people just throw away, but I'm like, I will save them for something. So this is actually me justifying saving scraps of random art materials that are maybe not useful. And then, believe it or not, I also used leftover ink that I would have thrown away after finishing another print. So for some of these, I printed them with a water-based ink that I had left over from printing my Monstera block from my tutorial videos. And I didn't want to just throw out a big glump. gooey lump. I don't know what glump is, but I didn't want to throw away a big lump of ink. I printed my Monstera block again with my favorite ink, and I used that leftover ink to print some more. So I think I'm not going to make these little cactus prints as like an additioned set. I'm just going to kind of use scrap ink in the future to just print some more cactuses. That way I don't toss perfectly good ink, because I don't have a way to, I know there's ways to store ink, but sometimes it's more trouble than it's worth. And I also realize saving these materials and making these teeny tiny prints seems, very minimal in an effort to reduce waste. But I think a lot of small efforts add up over time. I try to approach every aspect of my studio and I guess my art business as I think first about sustainability and what are the materials I'm using? Are they good for the environment? If I dispose of them, are they going to break down, or can I recycle them, or is there a way that I can reduce throwing things away? All those little decisions add up over time and can make an impact. If you think of someone's whole lifetime of decades of being an artist, all that paper waste or just like scraps of materials that you just throw away that you could use, that's it can be a lot. It can be a lot of stuff. I'm excited to have a use for my scrap paper and my extra ink, also because they are not cheap, so it's good for my wallet, and I like seeing my dollars go further, because every time I've thrown away even just, what did I say earlier, glump, even just like a quarter-sized glump of ink, I just die a little bit inside, because I'm like, that's a few dollars of ink. Not dollars, but I'm just like, I could have used that. That could have been like 2 more prints, which effectively could be like $60 to $80 for me. Anyways, moving on. Eco-friendly, save the environment and your money. And once I got rolling with this project, I did feel very motivated again for art and printmaking. Also, maybe it's the better weather that has my spirits up, but I'll take it. I'll take both of them. Good weather and more motivation for art. Either way, it feels good, and I'm gonna roll with it. Yeah, so thanks for watching. Thank you for listening to my ramble. And you can like this video if you want to. You can subscribe if you would like to see more. Also, if you're feeling it, leave a comment and tell me how you get past your art block. What do you do? Do you stop making art? Do you force yourself to make more art? What works for you? Let me know. And until next time, bye.